It's heartbreaking that the Federation is still not seeing the value and trying to make this better, because they could be one of the best teams in the world if they had the proper investment. I have a feeling it'll get worse before it's going to get better, because you had Sadell and Marley bringing in nearly $3 million to fund the program, and you still didn't do enough. You were just unresponsive and non-committal. Look at what these players did with being given so much less compared to other federations. Imagine if they had the proper investment.
This is a moment of sadness, and what was meant to be for the Reggae Girlz is not what is happening at the moment. And by way of this video, it is one that is going to be done to speak on behalf of what happened in regards to the JFF and Cedella Marley. Of course, I may not know what happens behind closed door, but to me, this is a case of pure sabotage for the Reggae Girlz. So make we see. Wagwan.
Mirror 7.
Welcome on board to Premier 7, everyone, with your host, Ryan Nelson, yet again. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing quite fine, even though we are experiencing a time that is sad for the Reggae Girlz. And of course, today's topic is based on Jamaica Football Federation sabotage the Reggae Girlz Foundation. When somebody sabotage another person, it really and truly shows that there is some form of not similarity but dissimilarity between both parties. And in this case, Cedella Marley and the Jamaica Football is no longer working as one. And to me, in this case, it is not looking good for the women's national team. From a team that made back to back entrance in the Women's World Cup, and to be that team that had that bright interest and also that ability to become one of the best in the CONCACAF region and beyond. What is happening? What caused Cedella Marley and the JFF to be separated? I mean, Jamaica is blessed with talents, and numerous times we have experienced and see, top stars go through some unnecessary things, having tried their best and successfully managed to wave the Jamaica flag high. Speaking of success, Usain Bolt is one of the top athletes that went through something recently with Jamaica, the banking system, and now the Reggae Girlz have been in that position of going down the hill, having worked so hard to go up the hill. We have some wonderful talents like a Bunny Shaw, you know, a Drew Spence, a Kanye Plummer, a Spencer. The names are just coming up because of how impactful the girls were. And the girls played excellent in the World Cup despite of the formation and tactics that was being utilized by the coach. But, it is sad on my end, and I know for sure it is sad on the hands of those who wanted to bring Reggae Girls to a new level. Making investment here and there was the aim, and if they even had some more money, then the Reggae Girls would have been better prepared for these upcoming games and fixtures. And I think that some persons are just coming on board to listen to the program. So, in that case, let me just replay what was being said earlier on.
It's heartbreaking that the Federation is still not seeing the value and trying to make this better because they could be one of the best teams in the world if they had the proper investment. I have a feeling it'll get worse before it's going to get better because you had Sadell and Marley bringing in nearly $3 million to fund the program, and you still didn't do enough. You were just unresponsive and non-committal. Look at what these players did with being given so much less compared to other federations. Imagine if they had the proper investment.
Lightning struck in a way to destroy. And, it was even predicted that things were going to go downhill before it happens. Non responsive, non committal showed that obviously, even though there are the sign of saying that we care, behind the scenes, behind the face that is smiling, there is corruption, there is no interest, wanting to overthrow, wanting to be in charge. 3 million is nothing compared to what other nations are spending on their footballing team. Whether it is the males or the females, that is small. And Sedella took it up on herself to try and invest and develop these girls. And it worked to some extent, whereas they managed to reach at the highest level in football. However, I am here speaking, but the news of proof even shows that, things were supposed to be, but it wasn't meant to be, as Bob and Rita Marley's foundations pull funding for JFF Women's Program. That is just clear enough to show that it is endgame. And this was published on the 5th of January 2024. So Kingston, Jamaica, following the resignation of Stella Marley as the Reggae Girls Global Ambassador, the Bob and Rita Marley's Foundation have announced the discontinuation of their financial support for the Jamaica Football Federation's JFF National Women's Program. With that being said, if that particular investment is not going to be done, the JFF is already poor, not being able to even fund the men's team. Where will the funds come from now to finance the women's team that has been developing and even, I would say, going better off or in a better direction than the Reggae Boys team? That shows that with that happening now, the major investor of the program for the Reggae Girls is no longer going to show interest because of what happened behind closed doors, and therefore we can expect a heavy pressure on the JFF because I don't see the Reggae Girls going to the next World Cup without anyone of disinterest trying to help them again. So, just going through the statements, um, in the release on Friday, the Foundation's General Counsel, Licia Gay Taylor, stated that the decision came after a long and meaningful partnership with the JFF over the years. Expressing pride in the growth of the women's football in Jamaica during the partnership, the foundations revealed that evoking circumstances surrounding the team and the federation necessitates the reassessment of funding priority. Furthermore, I just want to point out a key part that I saw, you know, where Mr. Michael Ricketts said. He said right here that Michael Ricketts, president of the JFF, said Marley's unfortunate departure is even more so as we are of the view that we have made significant progress in the discussions and are just awaiting the World Cup players to come back to us and advise of their availability. Sometimes when persons speak who are intelligent, it sounds good, but behind the scenes, and if you really understand football or anything in this life, you will just say bullshit. You will say, sure, you're just talking, you're just trying to paper the cracks. That is something that shows somewhat consideration but no care. Because if you have somebody who is trying their best to invest in the program to help necessitate the boostering exuberance of the Reggae Girlz performances, and you know, you're not trying to keep that person working side by side and learning, common sense should tell us that there's no interest really. Somebody wants to have main power, and somebody doesn't want that to happen, or somebody is letting that other part know that this is the way to go, but because this person is in charge of everything from before, then no. It's like the saying that say you cannot teach old dog new tricks. And that is what happens basically, based on my understanding of what I have read and have heard throughout the process of this ending of the partnership between Sidela Marley and the JFF. This video is one that was supposed to be done from today, and it was being done because I had a busy day, so I had to come on board to bring the news, seeing that it is a trending topic, and speak on behalf of what is taking place and sharing my opinion. It is now for you, the fans, or the persons who are not yet fans of the channel, to hear this video and have your own say. It is time for me to go now. Bless up, take care, and goodbye for now.